Today we're going to have a look at my latest adventure in wayfinding in Perth, and in this instance we're going up the freeway again to the north and trying to get up towards Joondalup. Now that should be possible. As far as I'm aware, the path along the freeway goes for 25 to 30 kilometres, and you'd think, given the freeway is about 5 lanes wide in each direction for a fair chunk of it, the path would be pretty easy to find and follow. Well, we can see that I got maybe halfway to my destination, and then when we hit the city of Stirling it all went pear-shaped, and you can see by the tracks here that I kind of got a bit off track, and let's see how that turned out so badly. The biggest problem in Perth isn't infrastructure, it's wayfinding, and a lot of the paths around Perth are like this. They're nice and wide, they're coloured red, well, they go from red to black, but they obviously look like somewhere where you can cycle. They've got lines down the middle of it. I mean, footpaths don't have lines down the middle. This is a footpath, although it's legal to ride on the footpath over here, so this is okay. This is actually outside the police centre. No one bats an eyelid. But here we are riding up towards where we're going to get onto one of the major bike routes going up alongside the freeway. Not a single sign or symbol anywhere along there to tell you where to go. Now, they did have a great thing. They had a bottle refill station here, which was absolutely excellent. Stopped, filled up the bottle, yep, off we go. It's little things like that which make it easy to ride around. St Bridget's Church there is a fairly obvious landmark. You just need to be able to find that, and you can find your way onto this path. But actually getting there, is difficult. Anyway, if you've seen any of the previous videos I've done on going up the freeway, well, you'll know it goes from a little bit rough and ready down around the city, where the path is at its oldest extent, and it's narrow, it's starting to fall to bits around the edges, it's pretty lumpy in places, but it's certainly better than just about every path in New South Wales. And as we go further north, it just gets better and better and better as it gets newer. So the first couple of kilometres are a little bit ropey, but quite survivable. Might be a little bit rough on a road bike, but a mountain bike or a hybrid or something, they're absolutely fine. You just need slightly fatter tyres and off you go. I guess it's trading off comfort for a bit of speed. Anyway, so we're just heading north, and as far as I'm aware, like, I haven't checked Google Maps, maybe I should actually, I think this path goes north for at least 25 kilometres from the city, maybe even as far as 30. And I do know that it swaps back and forth across the freeway at least once. At least that's what I've been told. Obviously, space reasons on one side or the other, I don't know. Anyway, I have only ridden up here once before shooting this video, and was absolutely gobsmacked when I got to this part and just saw how fantastically wide it was, the separation from pedestrians, all the underpasses they've built, so the gradients are really good. There's shady trees along chunks of the path. I mean, not along here obviously, it's a bit like going through the desert in Saudi Arabia, but in other places the bush has kind of grown up on both sides of the path, and it's just a beautiful place to ride, and it's not particularly noisy. I mean, you might be able to hear background freeway noise on this recording, but I certainly didn't even hear that when I was on this path. Anyway, this is further than I got last time, and yes, the path ran out, and I think we're now in the city of Stirling. So we're off the nice red path, we're in suburbia, and thankfully there's just this small section here that wasn't too hard to find the link across to. Notice that cyclist over there, they're coming up towards here, and they've worked out it's actually much safer to take the yellow route from the road than to get on the path, which is kind of the official thing, and take the blue route. And I guess that's because if there's a car coming out of that side street, if you're on the road and they T-bone you, well, they're at fault for not giving way. If you ride across the footpath and onto the road and they hit you, well, they're probably going to find you at fault for not giving way or something. Anyway, the path narrows here. It was a little bit tricky to find. We go across a set of lights, and this is where it all went very badly wrong, because I was looking to the right to see if there's cars coming from over there, from the left if there was cars coming from straight ahead. Never having been across here, I was looking at all the green arrows to see, are there any problems with the ramps? Am I going to clip anything and fall off? Is the gap wide enough? Blah, blah, blah. All those things you're looking for as a cyclist to check you're going the right way. And look, this to me looked like a perfectly reasonable path. I mean, it is a bike path. Oh, and I took a little duck off into here. This is one of the car parks for one of the train stations. One of the car parks. I mean, just look at how much asphalt they've laid here to take care of car commuters. It's really, you know, quite a lot. So anyway, that little detour off there. And you can see here, you know, we're going across the freeway, and it's looking less and less like a bike path. And I was thinking, is this really where I should be going? I haven't really seen any cyclists. It's getting narrower. It's not red. There's certainly no signage or anything like that, but it certainly looked like a bike path back there. Well, I thought I'll stick on this to the bitter end and see where it ends up. I was getting less confident it was going to take me anywhere. It's like, got to here, and it's like, nah, that's a complete write-off. Turn around, go back, let's try again. And then I got to this point here and looked up, and suddenly, yes, it all became clear. The one and only sign, that one sign I missed, because I was concentrating so hard on crossing that intersection and not getting run over, that I missed that sign up in the air. And where I should have been riding was along here. So, well, I know that for next time. I only wasted about, I don't know, not even 10 minutes on that little detour. Not the end of the world, but it just shows just how bad the wayfinding is for newbies. And here we are, it just drops you out on the street. And if those cyclists hadn't been coming towards me, would I have known where to go? Anyway, there is a bridge just up ahead. I guess that takes us over the freeway. This is as far as I got. I had a meeting to get back for, so I got to here and turn around. And next time I'll get to here, and I'll see where we go next.